What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have this interesting question that says, find the area of the square. Now, take a good look at the question. You see that this side of the square is touching the circumference of the circle. And then when you look at these vertices, you see that it is also touching, or they are also touching the circumference of the circle as well. And the distance between this part of the circumference to this side of the square is 1, according to the question. Now we are told to look for the area. Let's call the side of the square A. Good. So if the side of the square is A, that means the area of the square should be A squared. Very good. Now our next step will be for us to know the diameter of this circle. So let's say diameter of the circle. So the diameter of the circle is from this end passing through the center of the circle. Let's say this is the center. So passing through the center of the circle. So we draw. Good. And we know that from here to here is A. That is one side of the square. So that means the diameter should be A plus 1. So A plus 1 is the diameter of the circle. Now we can also find another diameter of the circle, although they are the same thing. So I can draw from here, which is the center of the circle, to touch this circumference of the circle. And we know that this is known as the radius. Good. And the diameter, once again, is equal to 2 times the radius. That is true. So since the diameters are the same, we can equate these two. So that means 2r is equal to A plus 1. Good. So I'm going to be keeping this because we're going to be making use of it. Now notice that we have a right-angled triangle here. So let me put a right angle here. Good. Now, what is the base of the right-angled triangle? To get the base, we know that from here to the circumference of the circle is the radius. Now when I subtract 1, then I get the base. So that means the radius minus 1 gives the base. Now what about the height of the right angle triangle? Well, to get the height, I know that this is half of the side of the square. So the side of the square is A, so its half is just dividing by 2. Good. We're going to be using the Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem, which is r squared equal to r minus 1 squared plus, now this side, a over 2 all squared. Very good. Now we're going to be expanding this. So we have r squared to be equal to the expansion of r minus 1 all squared gives r squared minus 2 times r times 1, that will be 2r, plus 1 squared, which is 1, plus, well, we're going to be distributing this power to the numerator and the denominator. So this becomes a squared all over 2 squared, which is 4. Very good. Now we have r squared on both sides of the equation. So we can subtract r squared from both sides. So r squared minus r squared is 0 on the left. This is equal to r squared minus r squared will be gone. Now we have minus 2r plus 1 plus a squared over 4. Very good. Now I'm going to be moving negative 2r to the left hand side so that it becomes positive 2r. This is equal to 1 plus a squared all over 4. Good. Now 2r from our asterisk, 2r is equal to a plus 1. So I can substitute that here. In place of 2r, I'm going to be putting 2, that's a plus 1. That is for 2r, a plus 1. And this is equal to 1 plus a squared all over 4. Good. Now we see that we have 1 on both sides of the equation. So we can subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. Now subtracting 1, you see that 1 minus 1 is gone. So we have a here. to be equal to 1 minus 1 is also gone. So this is a squared all over 4. Now let's get rid of the fraction by multiplying both sides by 4. So I'll multiply the left hand side by 4. I'll also multiply the right hand side by 4. So 4 times a gives 4a to be equal to, now this 4 can cancel out this 4, leaving behind a squared. Now let's move everything to one side. So we have a squared. As 4a crosses, it becomes minus 4a. So this is equal to 0. Good. Now we can write this properly as a squared minus 4a equal to 0. And now we can factor out a since a is common. Now open bracket. A squared divided by a is a minus 4a divided by a is 4. And this is equal to 0. Now we have two factors which multiplies to be 0. And when two somethings are multiplying to be 0, that means it means either one of the thing is 0. So it's either a is 0 or a minus 4 is equal to 0. Now, if we say a is 0, that means we're saying that one of the side of the square is 0. And that cannot be possible. So the side of a square can never be 0. So I'm going to be rejecting this. Now, what about this other case? I'll be moving negative 4 to the right hand side. And when I do that, I get the value of a to be equal to 4. So the value of a is 4. And that is one side of the square. And to get the area, I'm just going to be replacing this a with 4 and then squared, which will result to 16 square units. Very good. So this is our final answer. The area of the square is 16 square units. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.